It's 7 p.m. Bong. It's Thursday the 18th of April 2024. Bong. I'm Logan and this is a news and weather edition of the TV teaser. Bong. Here is our classic clip.
Good afternoon to you. Earlier on today, apparently a woman rang the BBC and said she heard that there was a hurricane on the way. Well, if you're watching, don't worry, there isn't. But having said that, actually, the weather will become very windy, but most of the strong winds, incidentally, will be down over Spain and across into France as well. But there's a vicious-looking area of low pressure on our doorstep, nevertheless, around about the Brittany area, and that is going to head across the southeastern corner of the country, bringing, if nothing else, a lot of rain with it. On the satellite picture you can see that there's of course a lot of cloud as well as a lot of rain stretching right across Europe. Indeed, most areas there are just as unsettled as we are, having some outbreaks of rain. That's the way the rainfall pattern is looking at the moment. A lot of shading, a lot of rain across many parts of Europe. Let's zoom in a little bit closer and have a look at the British scene though. And as you can see, rain is now pushing up towards southern counties, and there's a fair bit of rain still further north left over from last night's weather system. Now, as I run the sequence, you can see just how quickly the rain comes up from France, affects many southern and eastern areas, and then eventually later on tonight clears on out of the way and leaves us tomorrow in a fairly stiff run of westerly winds, bringing along quite a
This is Anglia Television. Now the news at 10.
Are dead in southern England's worst night since the war. The ferries beached, the trains are stopped, the roads are blocked. How the insurance people say they'll deal with claim.
The most infamous weather forecast in history, but in which year was this? Here are today's headlines. A boat carrying blue paint has collided with a boat carrying red paint. Both crews are now marooned. The Dentist of the Year awards have been taking place. The winner was presented with a little plaque. Friends, I have more but am being told I must move on. Here is today's anagram and you are looking for a newsreader. Friends, I have some breaking news. A lorry carrying numerous thesaurus has shed its load. Onlookers were said to be amazed, bewildered, astonished, gobsmacked, dumbfounded, surprised, nonplussed, shocked, flabbergasted. TV titles next. What is this TV show? Remember, we have muted the theme. Further news, and I'm pleased to report that Britain's longest-serving deck chair attendant is fighting fit and well again after earlier collapsing at work. It took 5 people 40 minutes to work out how to get him up again. Mix and match now and match these weather presenters to the shows they appeared on. We turn our attention to the hot weather for our observation round. As ever, you will need to watch carefully. I did suggest to Madison and Ella that they could present this section wearing their bikinis, but they were having none of it. Don't worry friends, however, as I am wearing my mankini under this coat. Although I am on strict instructions from the girls to keep the coat on.
In or out of the water, summer has arrived on Britain's shores. This was Brighton Beach, where temperatures hit the mid-20s by mid-morning.
Lovely!
Beautiful!
Why?
Because it's hot.
Having a pint, so it's going to have a laugh for the day, really.
30, is that a little bit too much?
No, 33 is too much. 30 is enough.
At a stroke, summer seems to have arrived across much of the country, with temperatures set to hit 30 degrees for the first time this year. But not everybody gets to enjoy all of this. Councils and social workers have been put on alert to watch for the elderly and the very young who can struggle with temperatures as high as this.
Keep yourself cool, drink plenty of fluids, keep out of the direct sun in the heat of the day, and also keep your home as cool as you're able to by using curtains, keeping windows open at night and so on.
There may be a cooling breeze on the coast, but temperatures are so high in the Thames Valley, trains are being delayed because of track problems, and tomorrow it may get hotter.
So it's all to do with the jet stream, the fast winds high up in the Earth's atmosphere that make and move around our weather patterns. At the moment, the jet stream's dipping down really far south, dragging up warm air from Spain and France. So if you like, we're getting some Spanish weather right here in the UK.
It's turning into the hottest day across Wales, England, Scotland and Northern Ireland as well. Knocking on July's door, expect this wave of oven-like heat to cover pretty much all of us in the coming days. Duncan Kennedy, BBC News, in Brighton.
Scorchio. What was the temperature in London that we saw on the phone? And finally, it's channel hopping. This round could make or break your chances of getting a headline-making score. You know the drill. Were these three programs first shown on any BBC, any ITV, or any other channel? It's time to check your answers. Michael Fish's Not a Hurricane forecast was in 1987. The newsreader in our anagram was Trevor MacDonald. He anchored news at 10 throughout most of the 90s and has returned a couple of times since. Our TV titles today came from 1989, let's see them again with the music. It was question time. It was first broadcast in 1979. Currently presented by Fiona Bruce. The previous presenters were Sir Robin Day, Peter Sissons and David Dimbleby. To our weather forecasters in Mix and Match. Wincy Willis was the adjudicator on Treasure Hunt, Ulrika Johnson hosted Gladiators throughout the 90s and Sean Welby hosted Street Racers, Formula E's global show broadcast on 5. Remember, you have to pair all three correctly to score in this round. Now what was that temperature again?
Not everybody gets to enjoy all of this. Councils and social workers have been put on alert to watch for the elderly and the very young who can struggle with temperatures as high as this.
Keep yourself cool, drink plenty of fluid.
It was 26 degrees. Lastly, channel hopping. Panorama was first shown by the BBC back in 1953. It is the world's longest-running news magazine program. Dispatches is Channel 4's current affairs strand and was first shown in 1987, so the answer is other, as it also is for Sunrise, which was Sky News' breakfast program from 1989 to 2019. And that, friends, is our quiz for today. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking the thumbs up, hit the button shown to subscribe for free, and for more quiz content take on our Trivia 12 trail. Good night, friends.